out here on the farm, and that means gardening. Let's get the garden all set up. We've got the we got the tractor here. This guy's beyond use. And we've got the fire pit going with some nice logs sitting around it, and the garden's getting laid out here. So it's starting to take shape. It's got a lot more to go to get it to fully take shape, but we've got a back fence there, and we've got rows laid out. So there's rows here, and then there'll be a nice entryway right here to walk in to the center with a nice center circle. And today this got all mounded up and got its first layer of mulching on the paths, which is great. It just helps give everything definition. It makes it look a lot more permanent. There's raised beds back here. These guys were here when we came, so we're just going with them. And last year they had sunflowers in them. This year we'll see what happens. Sarah, what's the next thing out here?
Next thing is to finish mulching and then start planting. We have that little greenhouse over there.
Oh.
Filled with starts.
Oh yeah, you've got seed trays in here. Maybe we'll go in and take a look at what's started in there. What is started in there? What are we going to see?
Lots of peppers. We have like 70 pepper plants.
Okay.
And we have this tomato patch over here.
All right, right.
You can explain the deer.
So you got tomato. All these are starts from the greenhouse as well, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a lot. How many are out here? 77 tomato plants. All started out. So it's going to be a lot of tomatoes.
Internet commenters are going to be explaining how wrong it all is.
Oh, I don't care about them. We're planting this for us. So these are nice rows, and a little bit of string out here. We haven't seen deer footprints out in the garden yet, but we've put up filament before, or fine netting that's like filament, and that seems to, I don't know, it seems to help keep them out. So far they've been out here a few nights. Haven't lost them. Super risky. The greenhouse, what's that?
To clarify for people, that's not a trellising system.
Oh yeah, okay. No, that's just our
That's not going to hold tomatoes.
yeah, well, we're well aware of that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go over and take a look at the, what are these, Sarah, these leeks? Garlic. All right, so lots of garlic in this raised bed. Looks like a good start. Some beans over here coming up. And this little guy, I put this together. Finn, my son, and I put this up. It came in a box about the size of a tarp, and it all went together pretty nicely. It's made it through 2 winters now, storms and whatever, so it's fairly solid. We got it on a fairly solid foundation there, and you know, simple as it could be, and not horrifyingly ugly, which was, you know, part of the goal. Lots of good starts in here. So more to come out. It's amazing how much you can turn out in a really small space that we're not even maximizing right now yet, clearly. So this is sort of the layout as we get started. This is where the gardening is going to take place. So we'll have here that are going to go to the farm stand up by the road, which right now is just getting sourdough bread mainly. But we'll also use the garden to do teaching classes. So last year we had some classes for kids, and we'll do that again. So there'll be a part for them to be able to work in and to harvest from, that they won't mess things up in, that we won't have to worry about that. And they will be able to pull out vegetables for the farm stand. So that'll be new this year for us, is the farm stand. So here, close to the big barn here, the big bank barn. And I think we're gonna do some sunflowers and some other perennials here. There's so many places here for great perennials. And this little tractor, poor guy, not really living his best life right now, but he's here for now. I planted a few, I want to go take a look, bank. I planted a few spirea shrubs, just transplanted them actually last year after planting this whole bank here beside the barn in gourds. A lot of small gourds came in here. I let them go down the hill and they did all right. But I've got a lot of weeding to do. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Made it through the winter. There's a little spirea shrub poking up there. And I ran them right up the side here. So there's another one. There's another one. There's one. And there's one. So I want these guys to sort of anchor the inside of this somewhat crumbling wall here. You can see I got in under this cornerstone that is sort of holding up the corner of the barn here. This is the one place in the barn that has a lot of water damage. It's mainly due to the fact that there used to be an electrical meter right here on the side of the barn. You can kind of see the leftover hook, but it was a full meter and a line that came in, and somehow that thing just got hit with rainwater and funneled water into this corner. It really is the worst looking corner in the barn for water damage. Well, anyway, I poured some cement underneath those rocks. I actually jacked that stone up with a small scissor jack and just left it in there. Poured concrete right over it, and it all settled in pretty tightly. So now we've got spirea. These guys will just get fat. I think they'll be really happy. Here's a lot of sun early in the day. As soon as I get into weeding anymore without having mulch on hand. So I'm gonna weed and mulch that all at one time and get that set up that way. So let's take a view of the garden from up here, the entrance to the second level of the barn. And down over the hill, a beautiful little scene there. Might be an old-fashioned New Hampshire garden. An old barn, nice layout, good starts from the greenhouse, and a tractor showing the age of the farm.